Okay, here we are. Welcome. This is kind of an impromptu stream. I'm kinda stuck here today, so we're going to be taking a look at a few general game dev topics. There's me, there's my Yoda kitty here, and you can hear my laundry in the background, so not ideal for streaming purposes. Hello Sammy, how are you? Let me know in chat if you need me to turn up the microphone volume or turn down the music volume or whatever. I'm just getting a few things set up here really fast. Okay, there we go. Hello Marco, how are you? Good. Hearing that you're good is always good, Sam. Or Sammy, I guess. Alright, so we're going to be taking a look at... I want to do some stuff with Godot first. There's a few specific topics I want to address there, and then we can go from Godot to other things. Okay. Alright. This, by the way, so that everybody knows, this little ball of fur is named Yoda. And she is very much wants attention when I'm down in my office, so she's going to be here today. She's usually in the videos, but I usually make her kind of quiet. Alright, so YouTube match 3. Enchico? Sorry, I don't know how to say that. Yeah, I'm absolutely going to continue with the Zelda. I have a couple different plans for how to continue with the Zelda-like, but yes, I still have I have a lot of stuff outlined for that I never got a chance to make, and then family stuff happened, and I just haven't come back. Hey Ray Daniel, no, you haven't seen any videos from me lately. I had a death in the family, and then I've been taking some time off, just focusing on other things. And then today, my school is canceled, so I'm just kind of doing some stuff to flatten the curve here today. So if you guys have any specific questions, feel free to ask. There were just a few things that were asked about on Discord. I know, girl. That I wanted to address. Do I need to lock you out of my office? She's very loving. Yeah, no, it's fine, Ray. Hello, Kelly, how are you? Alright, so... Alright. One of the things that I'd been asked for was a blocking piece that acts like concrete, where you can destroy it, but it can fall down. So I'm going to do this in probably the least good way possible, but it'll be fine. Alright, so I'm going to make new... Actually, I'm going to make this inherited. So we're going to inherit from... Let's inherit from the piece seed. So this is going to inherit from piece. I'm going to give this a color that I'm going to call maybe concrete. Should be lowercase. Alright. And then this doesn't get any textures. And for the sprite, I'm going to grab my pieces. I want to grab my obstacle concrete. There it is. And I'm going to make this dark. I'm very sorry, the last person who said hello. I do not know how to say that, how to pronounce that name, but hello to you. Welcome. So, visibility, modulate property. I'm just going to add an overlay to this, make it like dark blue. And I'm going to call this, hello Kanorta. She is She's incredibly excited for me to be home right now. I'm good, thank you. I'm going to call this movable concrete. And then let's save this scene. And okay, so this was brought up by King Cobra in the Discord, where what King Cobra wanted. Let me actually bring up my Discord here. There we go. Okay, I'll look at Papa P's message in just a minute. What King Cobra wanted was a piece that acted like the concrete, where it had health that you could move around, and it could also fall down in the rows. So if I take a look at my... Actually, I think I'm doing this wrong already, but that's okay. Because I haven't looked at this project in a long, long time. Alright, so I want to look at just the regular concrete scene. Okay, so this has health. And how was I doing this? Okay. Can add damage effect here. I'll leave that there. Alright, so this movable concrete scene. Let's not do this that way. Let's get rid of that scene I just made. This is what you get for not using the project in a while. So, where did I save that to? I swear I called it movable concrete. Did I save it in scripts for some reason? Hi, girl. Yes, I know. Hey there, Game Endeavor. How are you? Alright, so in my scenes... Did I save it into scripts for some reason? Nope, I didn't. Where? This is riveting content, I know. Feel free to ask any questions you guys want in the chat. I'm trying to keep up with everything. Huh. Okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to wait and find it when I find it. No, it's right there. Okay. Anyway, doesn't matter. Concrete is what I want to inherit from. So I'm making a new inherited scene from concrete. For my sprite here, I'm going to make my modulate visibility like dark blue. Let's not go too crazy with that dark blue. That's not bad. Hello, Cecil. How are you? Alright, so I'm going to call this... I'm pretty sure Yoda's blocking my face cam right now. Alright, she is very curious. I'm going to save the scene. I'm going to call it movable concrete, and it's going to overwrite that one. Shit. I know, girl, I know. Yes, I want to overwrite. Okay. Oh, thanks, Nerdy Trow. No, I just took some time for mental health. That's all. Thank you, Cecil. So today I'm just kind of messing around. I haven't really recorded anything new. I just thought I'd do an impromptu little live stream. Cecil Fernandez says, I've been waiting for you to be active. I really need help with something, hopefully on Unity. What do you need help with, Cecil? Okay, so I've got my concrete holder. In the grid here, we have a function that says whether or not you can swap with pieces. So what we could do for this is we can make it spawn like the sinkers, but you destroy them as you go. So like, the color is none. So I'm going to add a new script to the concrete here, the movable concrete. I'm going to clear out the current script. And let's make this have a new inherited script. I want to inherit from, no, I don't want to inherit from those. I want to inherit from one of the other scripts that are already here. I'll use the ice, unless concrete had a script of its own. No, it didn't. Okay, so this extends all of the ice stuff. So I figured I'd start with that. So King Cobra in here, mover obstacle, swappable concrete obstacle is what he's been asking for, and Anthro had asked me for it too, and I had kind of given Anthro like some ideas for how to do it, but they weren't super clear, so I'm trying to do a better version of that. So let's make an export var color. And let's set that equal to, let's call this none. So this is one thing that happened like in the middle of me making this project, which is what happens when you take a year and change to make a project on YouTube, is Godot now has typed GDScript, and that's what this is. Ideally, I would go back through all of my scripts and make them typed, but now I'm just going to go or adjust my camera down if I'm going to do this. Is that better? That's better. All right. Anyway. Diego says, I only started a few days ago using Unity and don't understand where to start. For example, for a simple four-way movement, I see 12 tutorials and everyone uses a different method. How can I start? Okay, so Diego's got kind of an involved question. And then Cecil says, I have a few stuffs in my match 3 which doesn't work properly, really need help with those. So Cecil, are you doing Godot or Unity? And then Diego, what I would do if I were you is choose one that you like, and start there. And if you end up understanding it, like, don't expect the project you're working on as part of a tutorial to be your final project. Expect that to be like a version of your notes, like you take in a class. And then you'll come back and you'll make your own version later, just like you do an assignment later, using your notes to help you understand how to do it. It's practice. And I mean, you're going to need a lot of practice. Everybody's going to when they're doing this. Okay, so anyway. So I got my color here. In Donut Dev, I am working on a concrete thing. Something called Super Balloons Talking Tom 2 by Outfit 7. Something really simple. Well, it looks simple, really cool. I wonder how I go about creating... Cecil Fernandez asks, something called Super Balloons and Talking Tom 2 by Outfit 7. Really cool, and I wonder how I'd go about creating something similar. I have no idea what Super Balloons is. I'd have to Google that to find out. VL Versus says, glad to see you back. Thank you very much. Glad to be back. Haven't recorded anything like it. No. Must be in the grid script still. Okay, so I got the sinker piece. So in the grid script, let's make in the grid script, let's make this have an extra thing. So I've got an export for the hint effect. I've got a sinker piece, max sinkers, current sinkers. Let's make another one for, we'll call this var movable concrete. And then, so where am I creating the, call it spawn sinkers. So for I in number to spawn, var column equals floor rand range 0, width, while all pieces column is not restricted fill, var current, add child current. So what I'd want to do is decide randomly. Nerdy Drow asks if I've tried to switch to Visual Studio Code with the Godot add-on. I have not. I have it on my laptop to do that. I have Visual Studio Code and I have the Godot add-on on there, but I haven't tried to actually switch over to that yet. Marco says, Diego, when I started out with Unity, I understood 0, so no programming background whatsoever. I mean, yeah, everybody starts somewhere. Cecil Boy says I have listed them in Discord. Okay, I can take a look at the Discord then. Okay, so let's make a random number. Rand piece equals int. Actually, I don't have to do int, I can just do floor. And range 0, 2. If rand piece equals 0, then we'll do the sinker piece. And if it's not 0, movable concrete dot instance. VL Versus says, also by the way, if you do not mind, could you say what's happening with this channel? Are you ready to come back and make videos? I'm ready to come back and make videos, yes. I just haven't recorded anything yet. But yeah, I'm ready to come back and make videos. Okay, so this current needs to be something that will always exist no matter what the code path is. So I'm just making, so what I'm changing here from what was here, this whole code block was just the var current equals sinker piece dot instance. Marco says, I started with some light YouTube tutorials on Udemy, I suggest that, and then went off doing one project after another. So my suggestion is to not make the same mistakes as I did. Take something super simple and finish. Yeah, that's everybody's first project, Marco, seems to be that they want to make an MMORPG or something like that. So don't add to it as you create it, start to just finish the original plan and finish it. That one is very important. Yes, I agree, Marco. It's very important that you finish a project because it gives you some confidence to continue and do other things. Ryan Carpenter asks, is Godot mainly used for mobile games? I think the main use for Godot is actually casino games. I think it's used for a lot of slot machine games since it's open source, but I don't know for sure. You don't have to have a splash screen, so it would be hard to tell if something was made with Godot or something else. Okay. All right. Okay, so now we're adding it as that. So it should possibly be created randomly from grid. It's part of the sinkers. So I'm going to okay, a few more questions here I'll address in just like 1 second. That's probably going to be too many. It's probably going to break it. Let's find out. I just want to see if this is going to work the way I want it to first. Yeah, that broke it. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So there's that concrete. I want to make sure it's going to fall like I want it to. If all pieces ij got matched. So we need a matched variable here too. Okay, you're not, okay, going back to my here. VL Versus says, I just wanted to also say thank you. Your Zelda-like series led me to start my own studio. Wow, that's awesome. We're now soon to release a beta of our game. That's amazing. VL Versus, drop a link in the chat and I can maybe check that out. That's amazing. Nerdy Drow says, what happened with the dialogue system with the options for Unity? It's still there. Nerdy Drow, you're not bothering me. Feel free to ask whatever questions you want. I just have like ADD, and if I don't focus on like one thing for like a second, I can have a tendency to get kind of off topic. VL Versus says, I agree, I've learned so much. Thank you so much, Ryan Carpenter. I appreciate that. I'm very glad to hear that I've helped anybody. VL Versus, man, feel free to drop a link to your game, and I can check that out. Okay, so here's this, and all right, so move, haha, okay. So my issue right now is that I'm trying too hard to do one thing with another. So I'm going to need to find my sinker script. So my sinker scene probably uses the piece script, doesn't it? Yep. So I should have started with this being part of the piece scene. Okay. This makes sense why KC and Anthro were a little confused. All right. So let's grab the move. Let's copy this. I'm sticking with my guns here. I might regret it. Oh man, this function is even from when like I was so stuck on using semicolons. Wow, this is so old. From when I was very first learning Godot. So we'll add a tween node, and then we'll set that as an onReady var. Okay, that should fix that. At the moment, I'm just like, this is honestly what I do when I test stuff out. I just play with it and then find out what I did wrong. Alright, so these are moving like they're supposed to. They're falling, which is what Casey and Anthro wanted, was something like this. That's what they wanted. I'd have to add this to the list of pieces you can't swap with. I forget what that's called in my scripting. It's good to see this is working like I want it to, though, for the most part. Alright, cool. Now, I want that to be taking damage from matches nearby. So, in the grid script, there's a place where we do damage. So damage special. Emit signal damage ice, emit signal damage lock, check concrete, column row. So let's look for check concrete. Emit signal damage. Okay, so I'm gonna need to use a new function here really quickly. So let's call this function damage. I'll go take a look at the Unity stuff in just a minute. So this is going to take a column and a row, and then we'll say, I can just grab all of this and then change the functions. So I don't want to emit the signal though. Instead, I want to I want to check to see if the all pieces. So if, what did I call my grid? Is it all pieces or did I call it just pieces? Yeah, I call it all pieces. So if all pieces, and we want to do column plus 1 row color equals none, and health is greater than 0. Is that good? So the issue that's going to happen with this is I think it's going to freak out. It should be lowercase n none. I think it's going to freak out because the color. So let's not make this. No, it needs to be uppercase n because of the checking for the syncer. Grr. Go back to my grid script here. So this needs to be uppercase n none. Sorry, I'm gonna murder that pronunciation. Hagsters says hi, hello. Dear asks, do you have any tips for people that want to work as game devs? Yeah, tons. Practice. Get used to banging your head against a wall, or at least feeling like you are. You're gonna do stuff wrong, like a lot. And you need to be the kind of person who's okay with that until eventually you don't do it wrong, which it takes a certain kind of personality. It's something that can be learned. You can learn to handle frustration pretty well. Okay, if column is color is none and so I want to check all pieces, column plus 1 row, that health is greater than 0. I wonder, I'm just going to add the health variable in here. Oh, the only person who's gotten your name right. Okay. Is it Hagsters? Is that the right way to say it? Okay, so we got, and health is greater than 0. So if it has health, then I want to damage it, and I think the ice script, yeah, has it take damage. So all pieces, column plus 1 row that take damage 1. And then if I jump back to the ice, health minus equals damage. Why am I not destroying it here? Am I destroying it in like the container script? Because that would be weird. Why would I do it that way? Concrete holder. Make concrete, damage concrete. Oh wow, why am I doing it this way? Mikhail says, please save this live. Thanks. Yeah, I think I have to save all of my live streams. I just sometimes forget to give them eye-catching thingy things. Eye-catching thumbnails. Good lord. I cannot think today. Why am I doing this in here? Why aren't I just having the piece of ice damage itself? That's dumb. Okay. So, okay. Furkan says, watching and learning from your Unity Match 3 tutorial. I'm really glad I found your channel. I just want to say thank you. Yeah, thanks, man. Glad to hear it. That tutorial is, I don't know, I feel almost like it's my naked baby photos. Like, I wasn't super great at programming when I made that, and I mainly made it because there wasn't one, so I made it. So, yeah, thanks. Higster says, I wonder if the Zelda series is returning. Soon? Question mark. I haven't recorded anything for it. I have notes for what to make, but I haven't actually made anything. Okay, okay, so the issue I'm having right now is I've got this movable concrete. It's taking the health thing from the ice, and the ice damages itself. It's also taking a bunch of stuff from the piece, though, because it needs to be able to move around. So it's moving, and right now it's going to be able to take damage, but when it takes damage, it's not going to do anything. So what I want to do is maybe I can make this turn into matched when the damage is, when take damage is 0. So then I'll create var matched equals false, and then when the damage is 0, I can just say matched equals true if health is less than or equal to 0. And then that way the grid script should take care of it. So now I want to get rid of this matched variable, so I'm not overriding it. Okay, I haven't looked at chat in a second. Big-headed Yeti says hello. Hello, big-headed Yeti. How are you? Welcome to the Flatten the Curve stream. Is that maybe all I needed to do? I don't know. No, that did not do it. Okay. So where we're checking, I think it's destroy pieces or destroy matched. If all pieces ij.matched, emit signal check goal, all pieces color damage special was matched equals true. All pieces ij.queue free, all pieces ij equals null. Okay, so, oh, that's why. Because I didn't finish my... See, this is why I think I have ADD. Because I didn't actually finish adding this, and then this needs to be part of the damage special. Damage movable concrete. Column row. Hagster says, have you ever considered doing a Let's Play style series? I would enjoy that, and I know others would too. I have, yeah. So I have the first 15 videos or so of the Godot RPG series mapped out, and I was thinking I was going to do a Let's Play of Earthbound, because that's what it was going to be. That's what it was going to be nominally based off of. But then, I don't know. I have more video ideas than I have time. to be completely honest. That's maybe something that'll happen in the summer when I have some more time. But then I won't end up having any time. I'll have to do all kinds of stuff in the summer. So who knows? Alright, so I don't want all of this, I just want this. Let's copy this and replace that and then this should be column -1, -1, -1, and then I want to... It would be cool if you could do a Let's Play tutorial series where you play a level and show people how to make. I think so too, Hasters. I think that's a good idea. And like I said, I thought about doing it, but I just haven't had time. But I totally agree. I mean, I also, like, I have a website that I haven't done any time to actually, like, show anybody. I mean, I shared it on the Discord, but here, I haven't actually, like, brought it up. But on my website, I have, like, 4 tutorial, like, full print or typed tutorials that I could make videos out of. So, I mean, I have way more ideas than I do time. So, I appreciate your thought, though, and you're right, it would be cool. Because then you could do... The focus could be on the design part instead of just the programming part. Big-Headed Yeti says, I'm doing good, been watching your Zelda-like game tutorial, it's been helping me a lot. Glad to hear I can help you. Anybody who says that I can help them, I'm there for, man. That's what I'm here for. Information should be free and everybody should have access to whatever they want to know. Alright, let's try this again here. Ho-hoo! Oh, so it doesn't have dim. Okay, so that's actually a good sign though, because it means it got matched. So we need to have the dim function. Have you made any 3D games? I have. So part of the programming class I teach, IRL, is 3D games, and I have a tutorial for how to make an infinite runner on there, and then I also have made the framework for a first-person shooter for GD Quest, but I haven't finished the videos for that yet. So Nathan has been incredibly patient with me. Nathan Lovato at GD Quest. If you guys haven't checked out his stuff, you should. So yeah, I have done 3D stuff. Valid get index color. Okay, so damage movable concrete if all pieces ij.color equals none. Did I not set the color? No, I did. Health is 1. I have 3D games too have been part of, like, I don't know, I have a million prototypes I've made. I have like a million prototypes I've made, and one of those prototypes was for a really small grid puzzle game. Okay, so all pieces column row. So, okay, it's column 3 row 9 was the issue. Alright, let's pay attention to this again here for just 1 second. Okay, so this is 0, 1, 2, and then that should be row 9. 0, 1, 8. 0, 1, 8. Okay, so what... So it's the regular sinker that's the issue now. Health is 0. And its color is none. So what's happening here is it's checking to see if all pieces column -1 row column -1 Yeah, we're doing that right. Column minus 1 row. If the color is none, and the health is greater than 0, then we're going to damage it. Brendan says, hi Taft, how are you? Hello Brendan, how are you? At the moment, I am frustrated with a null reference exception error. Invalid get index color on base null. No, didn't mean to do that. Let's go back to the game window here. Alright, so this is from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. It's coming from this one. Why is it coming from this one? Diego has a very specific question about Unity and Visual Studio. So I'm actually going to save this for a second. And let's take a look at that. So I don't know, specific question about Visual Studio is one question, sorry, you don't have to be sorry. In Visual Studio, this is Diego. In Visual Studio, if I highlight them and then press Control-Alt-M and Control-H, it doesn't open the Unity documentation. Diego, is IntelliSense working? Like if you start typing a Unity function, do you get the Unity autocomplete? I'm just going to leave Godot open in the background here real quick. So, no, I don't want 2019.2. I guess I do. God, I thought I installed 2019.3.5. Apparently I didn't. So let's go to 2019.2. Oh no, not what I wanted to do. Confirm. Okay, Hagster says, right now I'm making a 3D game in a party game style, but it's also an FPS. I'm struggling with more advanced movement like wall running and sliding. Do you have any input tips or know any tutorials? So, okay, for wall running, there's not any good Unity ones that I know of. The main idea is you want your character to have raycasts shooting out from each side. And then if the raycasts are interrupting with a wall and your player's not on the ground, you want to either slow gravity or stop gravity. Stig says, I've missed your videos. Thank you. I appreciate that. I miss making them. Marco says, I imagine you have some love towards SNES games. So which one is your favorite? I really like... If I think back at Nintendo games, my, of course, favorite is A Link to the Past, because I've played that like at least 15 times. But aside from A Link to the Past, I really liked the... What was that? Was that company called Quintet? Quintet made a few really good games. I think they're the people who made ActRaiser, and then they made a game called Soul something. Soul Blazer, that's what it was. I really liked Soul Blazer. And then the Mana. Children of Mana? Whichever one. Gosh, I cannot remember which one it was. Whichever one was on the Super Nintendo. That's the one I liked. And of course Final Fantasy 3 or 6, as it's known every place but the US. So those are probably my favorites. Secret of Mana, thank you. Children of Mana was the Game Boy one. Stig says, I've been using several of your videos for my own project. Awesome to hear I can help. Alright, while Unity is loading, I'm going to put the stream on pause for just a second. I will be right back. So I'm just going to put my my laundry in the be right back. Okay. So, you guys are going to have to... I don't think you can hear it. I can't hear it very much. You guys are going to have to deal with my my laundry in the background here for a little bit, but that's okay. Let's see here. Marco says, good choices. Mine is Second Densetsu 3, which is Secret of Mana 2. Yeah, we just got that officially in the US, I think in that ridiculously overpriced Mana collection that came out a few months ago. It came out at like $40, which is ridiculous. So I haven't had a chance to play that, but that's supposed to be really good. And my Zelda tutorial helps start out a Seiken-like game. That's awesome. Glad to hear I can help. James Ponter says, my Unity help didn't work for a while too. So when you say Unity help, do you mean the, is it Alt-H? Or do you mean the, oh, hey Papa P, how are you? Do you mean the Alt-H or do you mean the IntelliSense? What do you mean when you say your Unity help didn't work? Right, I don't want... Oh. Well, this is strange. Apparently, some of my stuff is missing. Alright. Okay. I see you. Super tiled Unity. Tiled maps. Room 1. So my tiled maps are here. So room 1 thinks it's got a missing prefab. So prefabs. Is it under objects? Nope. Prefabs. Enemies. Game stuff. Nope. Player. Nope. Objects. Game stuff. Enemies. What happens if I play? Haha! Compiler errors need to be fixed. Failed to load. Expanded items because it was serialized with a newer version of Unity. Of course. Package cache. Of course I can't do anything with it now since I already opened this using 2019.3. Structuring abilities, database asset. Serialized with a newer version of Unity. Awesome. Okay. So I guess I can start downloading Unity in the background. Let's see about that then. So I thought I had already done this. I did this yesterday, 2019.3.5F. Read the terms and conditions. Yes. Yoda was doing good. She was being quiet for a while, but now she's demanding some attention. Well, while I'm waiting for that to happen, I can take a look at some of the questions that showed up in Discord. So I already have Godot open. Let's go back a bit. Alright, so we've got Cecil, not a cutscene per se. I just a game win panel slide in after Cole's map, but I want a different image and text displaying as the game win slides in at each level. Creating an array of images and sprites and condition to display after each level may work, but how to implement it is the problem. I guess I managed to do the image slide in each level. Good. It was the API ref. Okay, sorry, I'm flipping back and forth between a few different things. In the chat, James Potner says, like the guy above, it was the API ref in the help menu, not IntelliSense. Okay, so then it looks like Diego, if you follow James's advice and go to help and then Unity API, then you can use the menus. Big-Headed Yeti says just joined your Discord. Good to hear about it. We'll backdrop at the website we sent you before we fix it on there. Stars unlocked equals 0. It still didn't work in the stars dimension when it's a 0 when I made it. I expect there's an unlock fine. I've checked through my codes, but still can use the check since you have my project files. I delete the files with them. The quit resetting every level. Cecil, if you're still here, you'll have to send me your stuff. I'll message you on Discord, and I'll have to take a look at it individually. Okay. Welcome, Big-Headed Yeti. All right. Level 21. Okay, Diego has 2018.4.12 F1. That might be up to date for the 2018 family. Because if we look, the 2018.4.19, you said you have .12. In the help menu, I only find Unity manual, no Unity API. Okay. Unity 2018.4.12 F1, it says up to date. Have you, in Visual Studio, have you tried checking for any updates to your Unity extension? Alright, so there's Discord. I'm gonna go back and mess around with Godot some more here. Okay. I want to see where this breaks again. Did you install the visuals? Yeah, that's what I would check next, is what James suggested. Did you? Oh. Hey. That was weird. Good lord. Okay. This is creating all kinds of errors. Okay, so right now the issue is with column 5, row 7. 0, 1, 2, 4, 5. And then row 7, 2, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's this one. Why is it this one? It's coming from checking down. So let's do this. Okay, so Diego says I don't even know what that means, sorry. So what he means by installing the tools is, if we go to Visual Studio, which I don't know why I don't have it on my thingy thing down here anymore. So Diego, what James means about the Visual Studio tools, I'll show you as soon as I get Visual Studio up and running here. Yoda's blocking the microphone now, so. Higsters ask, how do you join the Discord? I have a link that I can grab for you. Okay, I'm just going to open up any project. I'll do this one. Can I be open? Yes, so I can't do that one. Let's do this one. This is riveting content, I know. Okay. Okay, well this is going to take a hot minute. While it's doing that, feel free to ask any questions you want while I'm trying to answer Diego's here. Yeah, this is going to take a hot minute. Okay. So in Visual Studio, are you using Diego? I'm assuming you're using Visual Studio 2019 or 2017. If you are, then you can go to your Manage Your Extensions, and then in here, you can search for your extensions from here. So, for example, if I search for Unity over in the search bar, I get the Visual Studio 2019 tools for Unity, and that should allow you to use IntelliSense with Unity functions. So like here, if I want to use a Unity function like I don't know, private rigid body 2D, and now I'll have the IntelliSense autocompletes for this, which I find to be more helpful than the link to the docs, but so we want to implement Unity messages. So is it Control H? Oh, wow! Why is that so big? Control Alt M. I always never remembered my hotkeys. Okay. Codable petition, final references, snippet annotation, outlining. No, that's not what I want. Okay, well, in one video he says Control Plus. Control Plus is to, or in general, Control Plus is, I guess it doesn't do that? I thought it did. I thought it was to change the size of the font, but apparently not. And then Control Alt M, then Control H. So let's try this again. Let's go to something that's Unity, rigid body 2D, Control Alt M, Control H. So it looks like that just brings up the find and replace. For me, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, Diego. Sorry. Okay, 2019.3 is installing. That's good. Yeah, it doesn't the Unity manual. It doesn't open. It doesn't open the Unity manual for me either. What I would say to do, and once I have Unity, I can check. Cecil Boy, I mean, as soon as I end, it should be on my stuff, but I didn't finish anything. I didn't fix anything. There's still some errors in here. I've just kind of been jumping around. So the issue I'm having right now with this is, so I added the kind of blocker that King Cobra had been asking for, but now it seems to have broken a few things. Especially if I have like 3 sinkers in a row. So I need to think some more about this because I'm not 100% sure the best way to go. This is what happens when you take too long making a project. I probably took this project way too far. I should have stopped it earlier, but who knows. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Diego says, thank you, going to sleep, keep the videos and streams, I really enjoy it. Glad to hear it. Have a great night, enjoy your rest. Stay safe. Apparently that's going to be installing for a while. James Pontner says it's Control Alt M, Control H. Control Alt M. Oh hey, look, it worked. Why wasn't it working before? Is it because... Oh, I'll bet I know why. Nope, that's not why. Huh. I don't know why it wasn't working before, but it works now. Thanks, James. I appreciate that. Is it just not going to work for rigid body? Nope. Super works for rigid body too. That is so weird. Huh. Cecil Boy says, okay, thanks, Mr. Taft. Also, when you play a number of levels and press quit or back button, comes back to play, you start from level 1. Does it start from level 1 with, like, do you mean like the map screen is on level 1? Or do you mean that none of the levels that should be unlocked are unlocked and you have to retry everything from level 1? Because those are two different issues. Hagster says, I have to go. Goodbye and thank you. Yeah, have a great day. Okay, so then Cecil Boy says, yes, the level select screen only leaves level 1 unlocked and the remaining ones locked. So does it do that every time? You said when you play a number of levels. So, because the issue then is that it's not saving stuff correctly, which could be that it's not serializing or deserializing the data correctly, or it could be that it's not trying to serialize or deserialize the data at all. But if you exit and come back, do they unlock? Holy cow, there's so much in here. Have a good one, Hagsters. Yeah, I agree. It's finicky, man. And it is way easier. I always just have a web browser open and, like, I just Google Unity and then whatever my thing is that I'm trying to figure out. And then you have to, like, weed through the 7-year-old posts on Stack Overflow to find something that actually has to do with you. Alright, so I think I need to think some more about this movable concrete thing that King Cobra wanted. So I'll come back to that. And I'm still waiting for Unity to install. So when you quit and come, Cecil Boy says, when you quit and come back to play, that is what happens. Okay, so Cecil Boy, what you're saying is when you play a bunch of levels and then you quit the game and come back. So that, I think, is left over from something that I added. There's the Game Data Manager. And on ready, this resets everything. So, like, you would just need to not have this. And then just add a pass here. And then instead, you would need to load the data. So we've got return read. So you'd say level info equals read. Oh no, level info equals load. I already have it there. Why am I doing it again? So you'd get rid of all of this default stuff and then just do that. Just do level info equals load data. Have a good night, James. And I saw that you left me some messages. I will take a look at those later and then answer them. But thanks for stopping by and enjoy your evening. And I actually think that I'm gonna go finish up my laundry and stuff. This hasn't been a super productive stream, so apologies for that, but hopefully people enjoyed just kind of like hanging out for a little bit. Kind of trying to ease myself back into this, so yeah. Y'all are awesome, by the way, if I haven't said that yet today. You guys are all amazing. I appreciate you. So, I'm gonna save my project here, and then I will come back probably tomorrow. Lastly, with the stars, Cecil says. So the stars thing, I would have to look at your project individually, and I'll send you a message on Discord about that. And you can send me your project and I'll take a look at it, Cecil. Okay, so otherwise, I hope everybody has themselves a safe evening or day or morning, whatever it is where you are. And